Well, it is really nice across western New York, and it will continue to be even as we head into pretty much all of next week. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carl Lamb, and the Buffalo Marathon, there are thousands of people taking part, whether you're doing the full, the half, or the relay. So it's really important that we have a good forecast to go along with this. Now, sometimes I think it was last year, it was hot, it was humid, it was kind of gross outside. Not tomorrow on Sunday, as we have temperatures in the mid 50s to start the morning for those that are getting a start at 6:30. We know others will start during the 7 o'clock hour. Temperatures getting into the upper 50s, but there's lots of sunshine, so it's really not going to be a hot or humid day. It's going to be bright, no rain to worry about, because I know that that's certainly not what people want to be running in. We'll warm things up as we head towards the 9, 10, 11 o'clock hour, towards noon and 1, as others are finishing. That's when things will start to get a little warmer across western New York. But all in all, it's a really great forecast, especially for the marathon. So lots of sunshine headed our way. Make sure you have the sunscreen. I mean, whatever SPF is right for you, make sure you have it by your side, because an extended amount of time outdoors without sunscreen can lead to sunburn very quickly with those UV indexes quite high. And I mean, even if you're outdoors for a short amount of time, you definitely want to make sure you have that handy. Now, temperatures are headed into the 80s. That summer-like heat is just settling in, and it's above average in terms of what we're dealing with. And that will be with us for pretty much the entire week. You'll see that in the 7-day forecast. Our next chance for rain, it's kind of coming in and out. It's like in and out of focus, you know, as you're adjusting your camera, right? Sometimes you see the image, then you don't, then you do, then you don't, right? It's mainly that, and it's really, I would say until Friday, where we might get, it's squeezing out just the tiniest bit of rain, but it is not impressive by any means. So we're not getting a soaking, so we're going to end the month of May on a very dry note. But in terms of what's going on, we have this Rex block in place. And it's kind of like the moving boxes example I've used before, where we have one very heavy box on the bottom, one very heavy box on top, and trying to move these two around is very difficult, because you can't move the bottom one until you move the top one, and they're just kind of stacked on top of each other, and everything just stays still. No one's trying to move it from the east, no one's trying to move it from the west, no one's trying to move it from the north or south, so it's just in place and it's just hanging around. This is good news for us, because we just have dry, sunny, and comfortable conditions as well. But let's show you the temperatures, because this really tells you the story. We cool down with a clear sky. Temperatures are actually quite comfortable as we head into the overnight hours. I would say it's just a little cool for areas in Olean, over towards Franklinville, Machias, Wellsville, Friendship, Angelica, and even back towards Jamestown. Not too bad for areas around the Buffalo metro area, Kenmore, Tonawanda, out towards Pembroke, Alden, and Clarence. But we'll warm things up. Again, race time, temperatures getting close to 60 degrees, and most areas into the upper 50s. By the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock. Now, we'll start to warm things up as we head towards the noon hour. That's when temperatures will climb into the low 70s. Most areas now, with a breeze right off of Lake Erie, it will keep areas right by the lake cooler. So we're talking about Angola as you head towards Derby, Silver Creek, Dunkirk, down towards Ripley, and right along the Lake Ontario shoreline too. Same deal with that northwesterly wind. It's pretty light though, but Barker, Alcott, it's going to be a little bit cooler there. Not by much, but all in all, everybody warms up into the 70s and it's very comfortable. I do expect us to get to about 80 or 81, but we'll warm things up here. This is just one model that's giving us its take, but all in all, very comfortable day. A light northerly breeze will feel good once again. Now that's Sunday afternoon. Once we get into the evening, still comfortable if you're having a barbecue or if you're just hanging out with a bonfire, a fire pit, and really comfortable conditions, and not cooling down all that much. These are 11 o'clock temperatures on Sunday, and we're still in the upper 50s to even low 60s. Still with a clear sky, we're not cooling down all that much, so temperatures will be in the 50s by the time we start our day on Monday. And then once we go into the afternoon, watch the temperatures spike here as we go towards about 1, 2 o'clock. Temperatures already in the mid 70s. We're easily getting into the 80s across the region. Pretty much the entire viewing area will be getting in on some of that warmth. I would say Dunkirk, you have probably the lowest chance of getting to 80 because of the wind, the northerly wind, northeasterly flow coming off of Lake Erie. But I would say that it's going to be comfortable from North Boston down towards areas like Gowanda, up towards areas like Grand Island and over towards Medina. So, I mean, look at that on Monday, holiday Monday, temperatures very, very comfortable. Now, as we are kind of enjoying all this beautiful weather and all the sun and all these dry conditions, it does make for I mean, the lawns are looking really good right now, but if this trend continues, they are going to start to look a little burnt and crispy pretty soon, because we're about 1 2/3 inches short of what we should have for this time of year. Again, after last week's rain, we really haven't had any, and this month has been exceptionally dry, as we had just about 1 1/10 inches of rain. So not a lot of rain to talk about, but you know, normally when we run this, we just keep it, you know, stopping every couple of hours. There's no need to with this, because it is really just a clear sky as we head towards Sunday. This is at noon. That light northeasterly breeze, it will keep areas by the lakes a little bit cooler as well. And then this is 8:30 on Sunday night. No issues there. We take you to Monday, 7 o'clock, sunny once again. We take you to Monday at 7:30 at night. Still, I mean, they're trying to suggest a sprinkle or two, not looking likely at this point. But Tuesday, I mean, it's really nice, but then we have a southeasterly flow, so that's going to knock temperatures up a little bit too as we head towards Tuesday. But then again, very calm conditions there as well. Now, as we show you kind of the wider shot of what's going on, we have this huge bubble of high pressure that's keeping us dry, and it's keeping most of the clouds away. So actually does its part to kind of keep all of that rain that you see back towards West Virginia, Delaware, and Maryland away from us in western New York. So we've got beautiful conditions for Tuesday, and then it really just continues. Look at that. Clouds don't even really get close to us in western New York, so that's great news. Here's a look at the extended forecast. So temperatures getting up close to 80 degrees on Sunday, definitely into the low 80s on Monday, pretty much everywhere. It is sunny. I would say the heat is probably going to peak as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because that's when we have the humidity starting to creep up too. I would say probably Thursday is when it will feel its stickiest, but then once we head into Friday, there's a weak cold front that's trying to break through, and it could bring a sprinkle or two. Not a significant rain, but just enough to cool things down, because it does take a bit of the edge off as we go from the mid 80s down to the low 80s, a little bit cooler as we head towards next weekend. But all in all, this is a really, really nice forecast. So temperatures on Sunday in the upper 70s for the southern tier, except by the shore. I mean, you may get to 80 briefly, but it's going to be a little bit cooler by Lake Erie. Temperatures on Sunday, again, in the south towns near 80. Really nice for Monday and Tuesday. I think humidity is low still, but then humidity, I would say, starts to build Wednesday and Thursday. Friday is a little more refreshing across western New York. And then by Saturday, it's probably back to the most comfortable weather we could possibly have in western New York. Thanks for tuning in for an extended look at your forecast.